dust in the universe to the waters in the womb I surf. I'm the all in all, from the atoms that exist in the sun to the atom that's in Genesis 1. I'm the all in all, from the first king that walked this globe to the last black slave they stole. I'm the all in all, every living thing you see, all of those things exist in me. I'm the all in all, from the depths of the sea to Mount Everest. Allah in the flesh, most benevolent. This physical form born from melanin. When electrical thought sparked intelligence. Ain't nothing existing I don't exist in. From the clouds in the heavens down to this skin. If you're doing the knowledge, you can follow Jews. In both cases, the basis, water molecules. Rain, sleet, snow, hailstorms come together the same way that my cells form. You won't see it yet, hard to fathom still. It's A-like to the pyramids, how my atoms build. I existed as DNA when the earth formed, and my paternal lineage is from the firstborns. Holy Quran, Bible, I'm coded there. In a fine mist, you'll miss if you don't know the square. Yeah, on all four corners they seek the G, while trying to speak on me in secrecy. I created the earth as mother and daughter. Her bones are the rocks, her blood is the water. Yeah. Her skin is the crust, her heart is the core. Yeah. I planted the seeds, I parted the shores. Yeah. Emitted my light, she saw the corona. Original man, maker. I'm the all in all, from the dust in the universe to the waters in the womb I surf. I'm the all in all, from the atoms that exist in the sun to the atom that's in Genesis 1.
Alright y'all, this is God in them streets. We here with another supreme episode with my illustrious great mind, born King of Law. The other day we covered, a real serious topic in regards to hip hop not giving us our just due as the 5%, nation of gods and earths being the foundation, as my brother said, the seed fathers of hip hop. And I left out a little bit about, the desert, because like I said, every borough, and I just wanted to bring these individuals up quick fast, and they was called New Sound. And we used to go to a park out in Corona, Queens, that they called Boogie Land, 127 Park. And we used to get off the guard train out there, the number 7 train. And when you used to get off on the platform, they would have tweeters all in the trees, the big ass kicker speakers that you could hear. It would be thunder, like moving the platform, because the music was so loud. And I just wanted to bring that up, in regard further on down the line. I'll be bringing up, some more things that put us with the foundation of hip hop. But there's just one more little thing before we go any further. I would like y'all individuals to know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that me and my brother right here have done intense studying. That we're not just individuals getting up here, just speaking off of the top of our head about things that we really don't have any knowledge of, because when we first encountered each other, we was going back and forth. Like we say in the day, steel sharpens steel. So we had no problem with us being able to get on the square with each other and build. But during that time, I was attending, or I might have just gotten out of college, and I just be wanting to give people their flowers while they still alive. And there was an individual by the name of Dr. Bruce Bridges at St. Augustine's College when I went there in 1984. And I stood up in freshman orientation when they asked people their name, and I said, my name is God Shabu Allah, and I'm from Brooklyn, New York. And I took 2 courses under him, which was Introduction to African Civilization by John G. Jackson, who's the same one that educated John Henry Clark, and I also took another course which was called Black Political Movement. But when me and this man first encountered each other, he called me up to his office and he was like, yeah, you know, the black man is God and everything else, but you speak in rhetoric. And I looked at him, because like the God said, when people walked by and used to see us, they used to be amazed because we had pluslesses that we used to be quoting back in them times. Like the revelation of the vision of the devil's television, as the world turns, the young and the restless have a love of life that gives them the urge to search for tomorrow, but they still remain with their dark shadows and lost in space because they do not have the guiding light. And all they have to do is get smart and acquire the proper knowledge of Islam. So please, all my children, don't eat the daisies that kept you bewitched and walking around in a daze of ignorance like Frankenstein monster. I could continue going on with that degree. Here it is, 40-something years later. And that's what the God was talking about. It sounded like we was rapping back then, because we was going into all those degrees of black man's philosophy, you know, the science of God, Law World 360, all those. But getting back to this professor, when he stated that, you know, I was talking rhetoric, that was because I didn't at that time could show and prove that there was a John Hardy Hawkins Sr. in 1555. I didn't know about the 3 slave ships, the good ship Jesus, the grace of God, and the angel. All those things, Mansa Musa making his pyramids in Mecca in 1324 with over 80 pounds of gold on each camel. Still to this day known to be the richest man in the world. So I'm just saying this to go through a little bit of history with y'all, because I see a lot of individuals, y'all get up here and I'm not taking nothing away from y'all. But when y'all want to talk about knowledge, wisdom, understanding, the God's been doing this. We've been the street teachers. And any way you want to go about it. So without further ado, I'm going to bring my brother on, and like always, you know what I'm saying, I let him set the tone for the topic, you know, because this is what he do. So without further ado, peace, born king of law.
Peace, family. Like he says, God in them streets. But like I be saying, we God in these seats. We God in these seats so we can reach and teach you people out there, you know, that, you know, you digest a lot of mental food for thought off of cyberspace. So here we are. We're cyber astronauts now. We're traveling through cyberspace, so sonically we can drop bombs on you that can enrich your mode of thinking, right? We are striving to slap the nonsense out of you sonically so that you can tune into the greater understanding of who and what you are. You know, the last time we got on, we talked about the erasure of our history from hip hop. And I noticed I didn't get a chance to watch it, so I'm not going to speak on it, but there was part 3. But absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, somebody should have got at us by now. Like, I get it, right? You think that it'd be wiser for you to just ignore what we saying, but it's not. Because actual fact, the reason why you ain't get back is because you can't dispute not one word that we said. Chuck, where you at? KRIS, where you at? Where you at? We're not talking, see, don't take it personal. Because we talk about the history of hip hop, right? That you claim you are a historian about. You claim, you know, you're the teacher. You're the great teacher. But let me tell you something. Our history ain't white chalk, and your mouth ain't the eraser, my man. You can't erase me from history. You can't erase my father from history. You can't erase my nation from history. Because I said you can. It's that simple. I said it. You can't do it. Look at Jay-Z wearing my flag. Come on, man. Billionaire. He wears our flag. Yeah. Talking about greatest teachers. Talk about greatest teachers. Listen, the influence that the 5% nation of gods and earths has had, I proved it to you generationally. There's no hip-hop names. Hip-hop has been commercialized, bastardized, murderized, because you've been headed for self-destruction, but you ain't listening. And for the money, our young, in the name of hip-hop, celebrate death and destruction every day, and it's dying every day. What Cameron say? Dudes get shot every day, B. He used the N-word. I don't use the N-word.
Yeah.
You know why you can say dudes get shot every day, B? Because that's what self-destruction looks like, my man. You saw the kind of hip-hop we was talking about. You just listen to Rakim. Listen to Rakim. Listen to the consciousness that was contained within the powerful, peaceful, productive hip-hop that we are super proud of. Because we introduced the black man as God to the world. Peace and Wu-Tang. They came years later. But when I listen to Ghost, when I watch the Wu-Tang series, I watch how Ghost get in. Ghost, RZA, Ghost seemed like really ingrained in this knowledge, right? Because those were 90s babies. But you saw how alive, you see how attractive this knowledge itself was again in the 90s. It's because we laid the foundation in the 70s, mama.
Peace, Asia. Let's go, sister.
You see? We
Sun
are the
God.
seed fathers. Because we planted the seed. When my man just went through, when he did all the little television shows, I don't know if y'all picked up that's what all the TV shows that was popular at that time was in that thing that he was kicking to y'all. See, me, I was one of them young guys, like, you know what I'm saying, when I got on the train, right? And I started experimenting with high explosives. I would quote like the culture degree. I would have people turning colors and running off the train and going to get the police saying that, oh my gosh, he said we were cavemen. We lived in the cave. Because we understood the power of sound and the delivery of information combined with self-styled wisdom was so creative that we was rapping without music. Without music. Hip-hop just combined the bass, the treble, the hi-hat to hit your emotional bodies. Right? That's what those instruments do. They hit your emotional bodies so that whatever lyrics is delivered, right? Now they're delivered both consciously, but subconsciously they're being embedded, which is a problem today. Because now, today, subconsciously, our young are getting murder, 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 kill, 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 murder, 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 kill, 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 subconsciously. And so they are consciously living it out. Because we're not headed for self-destruction. We're in the middle of it. And because we are in the middle of self-destruction, the elements that kidnapped us over 400 years ago, their children are practicing physical destruction upon our bodies.
get to the topic.
How many people know who Payton Gendron is? Payton Gendron is an 18-year-old white boy, Conklin, New York, who traveled to Buffalo on May 14th, 2022, and killed 10 of our people
Innocent.
in a supermarket called Tops. First of all, he killed them in a supermarket called Tops. Did you think that's a coincidence? Why did he choose a supermarket called Tops? Because he was topping something. What was he topping? Do y'all remember the little white boy who killed 9 black people in church?
Ruth.
Do y'all remember his name? His name is Dylan Roof. He killed 9 in church. Payton Gendron topped him by killing 10 in the supermarket. See, a lot of y'all is not understanding. These people have declared. How many of y'all played the game with cards called I Declare War? You waiting for them to declare war? Or can you consciously see that in the middle of your self-destruction, they're killing you? Let me ask you a question. Why are our kids in our community killing each other while white kids are not killing white kids in their community? They're coming to our community killing us. Hold on. I want y'all to think about the question I just asked you. Why are black children in their own community killing each other while white kids are traveling to our communities to kill us? And they call us the savages? Let me tell you something. A child does not grow up without being fed by his parents a steady diet of something. The something could be both good, bad, or indifferent. However, if by the time a child only has 18 years on this planet and he feels that he is in a war for his survival, and that the enemy who stands in the way of his survival is black and brown people, and this kid is 18, understand he was spoon-fed this.
Absolutely.
Okay? This is no accident. He's spoon-fed. Okay? The same way Jeffrey Dahmer ate our people. He physically ate us. An 18-year-old spoon-fed hate. They practice anti-melanism, which is more than racism. See, racism is part of the race, right? Because the race to the top, and then to make sure that black people, they on the race to the bottom. White people race to the top to push black people down to the race to the bottom. Racism is just an ism where the inferior race claims to be the dominant, when in fact they are the recessive germ. They're not the dominant people on this planet.
Number 1 to every 11 original people.
But because they are recessive and weak, their wickedness overpowers their humanity. So when it comes to the real dominant germ, the dominant gene, the dominant man, the dominant woman, the dominant child, they hate the dominant because secretly they know we are the original man, the dominant man, the real man, and that they are a replica who in the Bible it was said, let us make man in our image. They're made in our image, but not in our nature. So when you see an 18-year-old travel 200 miles to Buffalo from Conklin, New York, with his recording, planning mapping out, going into the supermarket the day before, having conversations with people, you know that this one was not a lone wolf. None of them were lone wolves. He's part of the wolf pack. Now let me explain something to you. The white media will always tell you when a little white boy comes to our community and kills, oh, it's lone wolf. Oh my goodness. Sally, yes, it's been confirmed. He was all alone. He was by himself. No one helped him. He's a brilliant kid. He wrote a 300-page manifesto. Stop lying. This kid is dumber than a bag of rocks. His wolf pack sent them. Because in order for him to become a wolf, because he's a pup, he had to be blooded in. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? White supremacist gangs, they got a blood-in procedure. The boy blooded in with 10 of hours.
And all I wanted to interject for 1 second, Born King, which is what this whole content of this video is about. That last night I had already started this about this cat. And one of the main reasons that I started this was because I seen that he was up there making an apology for what he had done.
I'm not even going to mention his apology.
But prior to that, you understand, where I was going through that and once again doing my research, that it shows that he was on the internet. On the internet. He had a private chat server discussing what he was about ready to do. His manifesto was 180 pages.
It's not his.
And of course it's not his, because once again, like the guards say, racism, as they would describe it, is not something that is just you wake up in the morning and this is what you are. Because we know that by nature, when we see children get together are all different pigmentations. And they can play and act like children.
Let me get back to this. So
I just wanted to let y'all know that prior to this, that this man was on a server, on a chat server, you know what I'm saying, presenting what he was about ready to do.
So let me really make this simple and plain. Right? I told you he belonged to a wolf pack. Where did he meet the wolf pack? The same way you meeting me right now, through cyberspace. Okay? The white boy is radicalized on the internet because he's going into all of these sites where all these white supremacist Aryan nation groups come together. Right? So he goes into the room and he wants to be down. Right? So this is what is the radicalization. He's already been spoon-fed by his mom and his daddy. Now he's going to get spoon-fed by the wolf pack because he wants to be a wolf. He wants to prove to his Aryan brotherhood that he's worthy of being one of their brothers. So they say, look, we got all the equipment that you need. We're going to show you how to get it. We got a manifesto ready to go. All you got to do is press send. Wow. Now look here. Not only did I check out where this boy bought full body armor, which was very interesting to me, because see, I'm a writer. So I wrote about this last year. I spoke about it numerous times, right? And when I traced where he got the gun from. I traced how he turned the semi-automatic to an automatic. You can read the article in the 5%news.com. It's posted on my site. You can read the address to where he bought the gun, the address to where he bought the full body armor, the neck piece, the head piece, full body armor. I've got the address, everything. Because what we have to be able to do is know what they are doing so that they can't do it twice. Buffalo, we say never again. South Carolina, we say never again. Black America, we say never again. Because it's sad. We're dealing with self-destruction. Then we got little white boys coming to our community killing us. Then we got big white boys coming to our community killing us with blue suits on. It's like, it's just murder, 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 kill, kill, kill. And none of us are immune to it. Now they're killing our daughters, our children, our mothers. They killed Breonna Taylor in her bed. You got young white boys who know all they got to do is reach the age of 18. Go to the academy, the police academy, and they will be given a license to kill us.